Hi students, today we are going to learn how to draw the medulla section at the level of the olive. Okay, usually they ask this question in the exam, so we'll read how to draw. Okay, draw with me. Number 1, take a paper and then draw like this, and then third thing, you just go up. Okay, this side also you go up, and then here you should draw the peduncle. Here also you should draw the peduncle. And then from here you have to mark 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, so like that 3 bulges, 1 2 3. Okay, so what you are supposed to draw inside the bulges, let us keep one bulge number 1, nicely we draw 2 and then connect, and here also 1 2 and then connect. Okay, and then down here you should draw the pyramid. Here also you should draw the pyramid. Okay, pyramid is corticospinal tract, so we have drawn the pyramid. In front of the pyramid we should draw the arcuate nucleus. What is the arcuate nucleus? Arcuate nucleus is a detached portion of the pontine nucleus which is present in the pons. So this is a detached portion of the pontine nucleus, and it receives the fibers from the cerebral cortex, and it sends fibers to the cerebellum, opposite cerebellum, via the anterior external arcuate fibers. So we will ask this MCQ. So this is pyramid and this is the arcuate nucleus. From there only you will be having the anterior external arcuate fibers going towards the opposite cerebellum. Number 3, will place the nucleus. Number 1, the midline nucleus, that is your hypoglossal nucleus. Since the hypoglossal nerve is medially placed, comparatively 9, 10, 11 cranial nerves are coming from through the jugular foramen. So jugular foramen is laterally placed, that's why other nerves are laterally coming, and hypoglossal nerve is medially placed. And then we'll draw the hypoglossal nerve is coming out here, so I will draw the hypoglossal nerve coming out, and here also hypoglossal nerve comes out. And then in the midline we should draw 3 important structures, that is medial longitudinal fasciculus. Number 1, if somebody calls you by your name, you will be turning towards that side and your eyeball will be rolling. So third nerve, fourth nerve, sixth nerve, three nerves are for the eyeball movement, and then you are hearing your name, that is 8th nerve, vestibular and cochlear nerve, and then you are turning your head towards that side, that is spinal axillary. So all these nerves are interconnected. That is called medial longitudinal fasciculus. Okay, so this is called medial longitudinal fasciculus. I have drawn here. Next one is the tectospinal tract. Tectospinal tract is nothing but the tectum means vision. Okay, the superior colliculus, that is present in the midbrain. So from there spinal cord. So if you see something, you will react, you will move your body. So that is a relation between the tectum of the brain and the spinal cord. So spinal cord is for the movement and the tectum is for the vision. So tectospinal tract is here. Third one is medial lemnisci. So medial lemnisci we all know. So medial lemnisci is the one which carries the proprioception. Proprioception means position, joint, vibration. All these things are coming from your body to the thalamus. On the way they go, it is also called as posterior column. Okay, when it reaches the medulla, it decussates. Decussate means it crosses each other, both the sides, and they form the medial lemnisci. That's why medial lemnisci is a cross tract and it is present in the medulla. So keep it in mind. So first one I showed you the pyramid, second I showed you the arcuate nucleus, third hypoglossal nucleus. From there the nerves are coming. We are talking about the section of the medulla, so you should draw all the 4 cranial nerves, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 cranial nerve nucleus are present in the medulla. Okay, so 12th nerve is here. 12th nerve nucleus we have drawn already, and the nerves are coming out through this. And while drawing, you should concentrate, the nerve is passing through the pyramid, see, like that. And then inside only you should draw MTR, medial longitudinal fasciculus, tectospinal tract and medial lemnisci. Okay, next thing I'll move on to the next nucleus, next nucleus. Ready? So I will draw the next nucleus. This bulge is for hypoglossal, that bulge is for the dorsal nucleus of vagus. Sorry. Okay, here also we should draw the dorsal nucleus of vagus here, and then next thing I should draw the vestibular nucleus here. So after drawing the vestibular nucleus, next nucleus is your nucleus tractus solitarius. It is a very important sensory nucleus which carries all the taste sensation from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue, posterior 1/3 of the tongue, and posterior most of the tongue will be carried to this nucleus. So this is sensory nucleus tractus solitarius. Tractus solitarius sensory nucleus carries. It is a nucleus for 9th, 10th, 7th, 9th and 10th nerve. Okay, so this is nucleus. Just ventral to the vestibular nucleus, you should draw the nucleus tractus solitarius. And then next thing, you have to draw the most important nerve. This is dorsal nucleus of vagus, right? So this should come out, and then here down you will be drawing another one nucleus called nucleus ambiguous. So here also we will draw vestibular nucleus. Just ventral to that is nucleus tractus solitarius, and then next to that is your okay, from there vagus is coming, and then here you should draw the nucleus ambiguous. So everything is coming together, and then nucleus tractus solitarius, all of them are coming out same way. Okay, this is how these 3 nerves are coming together. Okay, so this nucleus ambiguous is the next question. So what is nucleus ambiguous? Nucleus ambiguous is a motor nucleus which gives fibers to the 9th nerve, 10th nerve and cranial root of accessory. It means 11th nerve. Okay, these 3. So nucleus ambiguous is motor, nucleus tractus solitarius is sensory. So we have drawn all the nucleus, and we'll make a circle over here, and we'll make a circle over here, and then so this is the peduncle. Which peduncle is this? Cerebellar peduncle. Which cerebellar peduncle? Medulla means inferior cerebellar peduncle. So we have drawn the cerebellar peduncle also. Okay, and then next thing is important tract. What we are supposed to draw is your spinothalamic tract. So here we will draw the spinothalamic tract. Another one important tract, spinal nucleus and the tract of trigeminal. Okay, here also we should draw spinal nucleus and the tract of trigeminal. Okay, so both the sides we have drawn the spinal nucleus and the tract of trigeminal. So don't forget, lateral spinothalamic tract carries the pain and temperature from the body, opposite side of the body, entire body except the face. This spinal nucleus and tract of trigeminal only carries the pain and temperature from the face. That's why whenever you draw this, you should not forget to draw this also. So I said, this vestibular nucleus, why do we draw in this medulla is, this vestibular nucleus alone, it shares both the medulla and pons, posterior aspect. That's why students should not forget to draw the vestibular nucleus. So again I repeat, this is hypoglossal nucleus 12, and this is dorsal nucleus of vagus 10th, and then this is nucleus tractus solitarius for 9th nerve, 10th nerve and the 11th nerve, and then this one is 7th and 9th, 10th, and this is nucleus ambiguous, this only 9th, 10th and the cranial root of accessory, that is 11th. So nucleus ambiguous is motor, nucleus tractus solitarius is sensory. From where it takes the sensation? It takes the sensation from the anterior 2/3 of the tongue, posterior 1/3 of the tongue and posterior most part of the tongue. So we have read about all these structures. So we have completed, and now we have to talk about the syndromes. Okay, ready? So if this area of this medial aspect of the medulla, it gets its supply from the vertebral artery. Okay, keep it in mind. And then this dorsolateral aspect of the medulla, it gets its blood supply from the pica artery, posterior inferior cerebellar artery, right? So these two blood supply, you know. Now the vertebral artery is blocked. So what will happen? This entire area will be compromised. One side means this entire area, one side vertebral artery means this entire area will be compromised. So what are the symptoms you expect? Okay, number 1, first symptom, we'll write the first symptom as which one is out. First, hypoglossal nucleus is out, same side. So same side, a loss of movement of the muscles of the tongue. Okay, so loss of the movements of the muscles of the tongue, one out. Second, pyramid. Okay, this side pyramid is out. So pyramid is crossed. Okay, so it is contralateral. Opposite side, upper limb and lower limb will be paralyzed. Contralateral hemiplegia, that is called hemiplegia. And then third one, medial lemniscus is here, the most important one. So medial lemniscus carries proprioception. So I have already told you medial lemniscus is a crossed tract in medulla. So opposite side, position, joint, vibrations and everything will be lost. Understood? Okay, so only the hypoglossal nerve is on the same side. This is called medial medullary syndrome. Okay, so one side, medial medullary syndrome. Now imagine the same way here, the lateral aspect, everything is gone. Okay, so entire area is out. It means what are the symptoms you expect? Okay, number one, we'll draw inferior cerebellar peduncle is out. So the patient will be having ataxia. Very good. Number two, vestibular nucleus is out. So the patient will be having vertigo, dizziness, giddiness. Okay, everything. And then number three, what is this? Nucleus tractus solitarius. Nucleus tractus solitarius out. Taste sensation from the anterior to the everything is gone. Number four, spinal nucleus and spinal tract of trigeminal. So face, pain and temperature, face sensation, the face, pain and temperature will be lost. 6. Next now, dorsal nucleus of vagus. Vagus and nucleus ambiguous, both are motor. So it supplies the muscles of pharynx and the larynx. So muscles of pharynx and larynx are paralyzed. Muscles of the pharynx and larynx are paralyzed. So what you get? Dysphonia and dysphonia and dysphagia. Dysphagia means difficulty in swallowing. So in the pharynx, this is also out. Then finally, what happens? This lateral spinothalamic tract is here. So what will happen? Spinothalamic tract, already I told you, it carries the pain and temperature. Pain and temperature, I told you, it carries pain and temperature. So what happens? Pain and temperature will be lost. Pain and temperature is a cross tract. So opposite side, pain and temperature is lost. Okay, very good. So we have completed almost everything, but the student and the PG student, they should not forget to draw one important structure between these two, that is called sympathetic nerve fibers. Okay, sympathetic nerve fibers, small one, you should not forget to draw. So if the sympathetic nerve fiber is gone, definitely you will be having Horner syndrome. What syndrome? Horner syndrome. So I think everyone knows Horner syndrome. Horner syndrome is 5 components are there for the Horner syndrome. One is enophthalmos, because all the sympathetic activity will be gone. So inside the eye there is a small muscle, the dilator pupillae, that will not be getting its supply because sympathetic fibers are gone. So they will be having meiosis, and then second is anhidrosis, lots of sweating, and there won't be any sweating. And number 3 is enophthalmos. It means eyeball, lower part of the eyeball is supported by a muscle by the name orbitalis. It is gone. So the eyeball will not be getting its support, so it will be going inside, that is called enophthalmos. And loss of ciliospinal reflex. These all are the components of the Horner syndrome. So these many symptoms the student is supposed to write, and then this is otherwise called as Wallenberg syndrome. Okay, pica artery, posterior inferior cerebellar artery. So we have drawn everything. Now the student should take a test in that. Okay, so don't see anything. I will ask you what is this, what is this, you have to answer me. Number 1, usually we ask this, mark distribution will be like this only. Number 1, what is this? Answer is pyramid formed by corticospinal. And what is this? Arcuate nucleus formed by displaced pontine nuclei. And this forms anterior external arcuate fibers. And then number 3, we will ask you, And what are the three important tracts you can see in the midline? Okay, number 1, medial longitudinal fasciculus, and then number 2, what is medial longitudinal fascicle, what are the nerves connected by medial longitudinal fasciculus, same MCQ. And then tectospinal tract we will not bother much. And what is medial longitudinal medial lemnisci? It is a crossed fiber of posterior column. It means it carries proprioception. Proprioception means position sense, joint sense and vibration sense. So it is very important. So medial longitudinal fasciculus. Here the medial longitudinal fasciculus, it crosses that fiber is called as internal arcuate fiber. So this is also very important, internal arcuate fiber. This is anterior external arcuate fiber and this is internal arcuate fiber. Okay, next is hypoglossal nucleus and the hypoglossal nerve. And here only the student should not make any mistakes. So there is some order. You please follow the order. Number 1, cerebellar epidangle to be drawn. Next to that is vestibular nucleus. Just ventral to that is your nucleus tractus solitarius. Just below that is nucleus tract and tract of spinal nucleus of trigeminal nerve, spinal nucleus and tract of trigeminal, and then all the three together. Leave it and then come here, and this is dorsal nucleus of vagus, and this one is your nucleus ambiguous. You have to connect all these three because all the nerves are together only. And then down you have to draw the spinothalamic. Last you should draw one small circle which for the sympathetic nerve. Okay, and this is a section of olive, so you should not forget to draw the olive, then nobody will give you marks. Okay, so finally we have a space to draw the olive. This is how you have to write the exam. This section will be asked frequently. If you have any queries, you can ask me later in the comment section. Thank you.